Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're pulling back the curtain on something that affects, well, literally every single one of us in the professional world. We're looking at the mechanics of business networking. Now, I know, when you hear the word networking, you probably instantly think of like awkward small talk, cold appetizers, and handing out business cards to people who are absolutely never going to call you. But today, we're stripping all of that away. We're going to look at the actual data and the structured mechanics behind how the hidden job market really operates and how top professionals actually build their careers.
50%. I just want you to let that number sink in for a second. According to the research, an estimated half of all jobs in the US are found via networking. Half. That means if you're out there only relying on, firing off online applications and endlessly tweaking your resume, you're entirely missing out on 50% of the actual job market. This isn't just some soft skill we're talking about. It's a critical, quantifiable driver of your career development.
So if networking is responsible for half of all the opportunities out there, we kind of need to clearly define what it actually is, right? Because it's not just chatting. At its core, business networking is the strategic exchange of information and resources to create mutually beneficial connections. Basically, it's the practice of deliberately building relationships for professional purposes. You're looking to facilitate an exchange where both sides actually gain something of real value. It is strategic, it's highly intentional, and most importantly, it's a two-way street.
Today, we execute that strategy across what's essentially a dual-front landscape. On one side, you have your traditional in-person events. Think industry conferences, trade shows, those face-to-face meetups. And those are fantastic for immediate, high-bandwidth human connection. But on the other side, we have online platforms, specifically places like LinkedIn, which let you keep up that digital engagement continuously and at scale. The reality of modern networking is that you really need a combination of both of these approaches to build a truly robust professional web. But here's the catch. Simply showing up to a conference or, firing off a single LinkedIn request, that is not the end of the story. A single meeting, a quick handshake, it simply isn't enough to tap into that 50% job market statistic we talked about. The research clearly shows that deeper relational ties are built strictly through repeated professional interactions. You have to move past that initial nice to meet you and actually nurture the relationship over time. It's through these repeated interactions that individuals and companies create much deeper, far more meaningful connections.
So, what's the actual payoff? What happens when you do put in that repeated effort? Let's talk return on investment. These deeper ties create a massive ripple effect. First, it triggers genuine knowledge exchange, meaning people actually start sharing that real, valuable insider information that you're just not going to find publicly. Next comes mutual adaptation, where professionals actually start adjusting to work better with one another. And finally, the ultimate goal, resource commitment. Because of these deep connections, people and organizations become willing to commit real financial and social capital to one another. That right there is when a contact becomes a genuine professional ally.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do the real pros actually make this happen? The secret lies in a pretty straightforward three-step process. While most people focus entirely on step 2, that initial meeting, the real practitioners will tell you that the true power of their contacts relies heavily on step 1, preparation, and step 3, continued engagement. If you prep strategically before the meeting and follow up consistently afterward, you essentially transform a fleeting introduction into a permanent, mutually beneficial relationship. It's a total game changer. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. Is your next major career move just one connection away? Well, when we remember that half of all jobs are found exactly this way, the answer for a lot of us is a resounding yes. Networking is a structured, strategic process. So take a look at your own professional circle right now. Consider your preparation, your follow-up, and just ask yourself, what untapped potential is sitting right there, just waiting to be developed? Thanks for joining me today, and I highly encourage you to start applying these mechanics to your own career right away.